global threats. And 4, secure our God-given individual rights to live freely. What our Constitution calls the blessing.
Oh, yeah, we are back and we are live. My pew pew machine is not working. Are you kidding? Oh, my pew pew machine, man. You lucky.
I won the Pew Pew Wars.
You did today. You did. Hold on. Wow. I got to figure out what's wrong. My pew pew machine is out. You know it's a cord.
I'm on your bumper.
You are on my bumper. How is my pew pew machine not working? I even like reset everything just to make sure it was nice. See, man, that's the problem. Hold on. Anyway, what up, everybody? We are back and we are live. Pew 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 pew.
I got you.
Woo! And we are on your bumper. Oh my goodness! You know, it was like a slow news week, but it wasn't a slow news week. In fact, it was a very busy news week. It's just that they want to keep you sedated. You know what I'm saying? So, and that's all right. We gonna figure it out. So,
we gonna be all right.
We got to get that shit fixed quick. I am not the kind of man who can live without my pew pews. You know what I'm saying? So, wow, I'm gonna have to dig into that. That is odd. You know what I mean? Yeah. Anyway, I've been doing a lot of work and it's been working fine. So, but that's all right. How you doing, Big Protocol, ladies and gentlemen? We are back, and man, we are excited. We're gonna take a week off. Pro got the big grifties coming up, and got the relaunch of the PT Pod back by popular demand. At this point, I wasn't even planning on doing it. The opportunities are there. People keep asking me, will you do an interview show with me? Blah, blah, blah. So that's cool, man. I'll take it. Right?
You got to knock them out, man. You got to knock them out where you can get it, how you get it. Because when you get it, you got to get it. Because once it stop getting, then there's no more getting. And then you be like, what? And you be like, damn. You be like, come back. Please come back. And you be like, okay, I'm going to come. And you better be ready.
Exactly.
But yeah, man, week was good, man. It was definitely a news week, but a slow week, but a worthy week. And of course, regular work. Had a great night Friday night on Friday Night Flights, man. Shouts out to P. Ray. And
it was amazing.
Yeah, man. P. Ray and Gabby Steele came through, man. And we had good conversations. And you know, shouts out to the Chocolate Sisters in the Republican sphere of life. I won't say Republican Party, but I will say Republican and conservative sphere of life.
All day, every day. Powerful women, by the way. Powerful women. And, you know, just before we get into too much, man, one of the things you got into was teaching constitutional classes. And I thought that was so powerful, man, because not only do we not even ever talk about it, that it's needed, but the fact that there are people like you out there willing to do it. That's a big deal. You know, a lot of people say they want something this way or that, but they're not willing to do anything about it. You're like, man, well, you should have to take a test to vote, basically a civics test. And you're like, I'm willing to teach a class. I'm literally willing to teach the class if need be. That's huge, man. Talk to me a little bit about that. Like, what would that look like?
So, I've well, it's funny because I've been certified as a constitutional coach through, she mentioned David Barton, David Barton offers these coaches classes and these coaching opportunities for those of us who would like to host online and in-person constitutional classes.
Right.
And essentially, we'd David Barton has done a lot of great videos talking about the Constitution and uh the actual founding of it, the writing of it, the mindset that was going on during the time of it, like all of that. So we'll take those videos and we'll watch them. There's a book that you will be required to purchase. There's always required purchasing for, classes. So you'll get the book and you'll read the book as there's a workbook and then there's a book. And you'll get those and we'll watch the classes and then afterwards we'll have open conversation, what we talked about, answer any questions, brush up for people. Um, Not only did I go through David Barton's, but also uh, Hillsdale College. Hillsdale College actually has a constitutional course as well that I went through and was certified in. So yeah, man.
Respect.
It'd be a nice, online Zoom-ish type class. We come together, everybody would get the link to come in and we'll go through it and we'll talk.
Heck yeah. No, man, that's badass, dude. And that's the way it should be. That's absolutely the way it should be. Okay, so there's a lot of people, for people who are like, I don't need a constitutional class. I know my rights here and there. What is something they may not know? What is something about the Constitution that you find most people think is one way, but it's absolutely another?
Um, well, I'm always going to go to the Second Amendment and the ownership of guns, right? A lot of people don't realize that, they have these ATF and all these rules and these regulations, but Constitution is supreme law of the land. Like nothing trumps it. So if you have the Second Amendment that says the right to bear arms shall not be infringed, it's specifically because, hey, the colonists, the Constitution is written to complement and put strength to uh the Declaration of Independence, right?
Right.
So in the Declaration of Independence, it says that, hey, look, um, we had some rulers. He fucking sucked. He was the worst motherfucking person we ever could have dealt with. Fuck you. Not fucking with you no more. And if you decide to come our way with that BS, we're gonna pap you. And then we're gonna put in our own government and our own people who we believe that represent us is
Oh,
gonna do the will of us. And if they decide that they're gonna step sideways, we're gonna pap you. And then we're gonna put in, we're gonna create something else that takes care of us. Like that's the whole thing. And in order to be able to do that, when you want to abolish them or get rid of them, um, naturally they're going to have strength because they're in power. You have to be in a position to be able to outpower them if needs be.
There you go. There you go.
So, that's what that is. That's what that is, man. So
Well, and that's, I mean, that has to do with First and Second Amendment rights. How do you ever look at what we have and think to yourself, oh, that is a government designed to be for and by the people, right? Can you hear me?
yeah, I hear you.
Okay, cool. Yeah. So let's see here. Can you hear that?
Yeah, you're back.
Oh yeah. All right.
You're
So
back.
anyway, and you can hear me okay.
Yep.
Check. I'm waiting on my producer to let me know that not only can you hear me, but the rest of the world can hear me, because it looks like there's just a little bit this is the problem with all the new producing. So let me know, producer, in the chat, in the messages, if you can hear me okay. I love it. 1, 2 test. So yeah, you know what I mean? So yeah. We're supposed to be able to have the rights and that you know what I mean, and that kind of thing there. Okay, we are good to go. All right. So yeah, we're supposed to have the rights. Also, man, then if you get deeper into the Constitution, right, like quartering, no quartering of soldiers, people are like, well, that doesn't mean much nowadays. It's like, but it does, because of what that actually entails and what it goes into, you know, things of that nature. The 14th. Let me ask you this, man, since we're here and you are legitimately a constitutional scholar, when Trump says that the 14th was specifically, and we're dealing with birthright citizenship here, was specifically and intentionally made for freedmen, freed slaves. So when their children were born here, they had every constitutional right of any other American citizen. It was
Hmm.
not meant for other folks. Is he correct or incorrect on that?
He is correct. That is what it was meant for. However, loopholes and exploitations, right?
Yeah.
And that's what these people were doing. They were exploiting. They were finding oh, I mean, because by rule it says that hey, if you're born here, you're a citizen, right? We know
Right.
the intentions of it. We know the intentions of it, but it still says if you're born here, that you're a citizen.
Right.
Um, and they've been exploiting that. But what we have to do is we have to show the spirit of the law, if you would, and why it was created. We had these people not just because you know the 14th Amendment comes into play well after the Civil War, right?
Right.
So with it coming in after the Civil War, that's how many years of establishment? So we have all of those slaves because the first slaves, right, came in that they brought in was 1619, right? They all
Right.
love to throw in 1619, 1619, right? So that's prior to the establishment of the United States of America. They came in 1619 as far as the colonies is concerned, but they were born in this country, on this land, right? So then you fast forward from 1619 to 1776. That's how many generations, right? Two, three generations, four generations of people that were born, right? Then we fast forward to the 1800s, which is when this come into play. So you got from 1619 to the 1800s, right? Where they were actually born here. They're not the illegal immigrants that was coming in 6 months ago, already pregnant and then have the baby and then, oh, look, my baby's a US citizen. Like, no, that's not how this works. You know what I'm saying? This is written
Right.
for, hey, all these people were in captivity, you know what I'm saying, from the colonies to the point where we said we wouldn't have captivity anymore. And they all had kids. They were born here and their parents was born here and the grandparents more than likely was born here. You know what I mean? So they're citizens. You're trying to say, oh, they're not. No, yes, they are. They are that, and this is what they are,
Right. Right.
right? So cut it out. It's in the Constitution. It is what it is. They were born here. They people was born here. It's the law. Now we just got exploitation because it says, hey, if you were born here, you're a citizen. So I
Right.
think I think it's going to be a fight, but he's going to have some damn good lawyers, and we're going to have to be damn good at speaking on the 14th Amendment, speaking on the conversations and the things that was going on and the spirit of the law in which it was written. We have to get better at that. Period. First Amendment, Second Amendment, all just laws in general, right? Same thing with the civil rights. The civil it was basically, hey man, stop. Why are y'all saying that? These people because the color of their skin is less than. No, fuck that. Get up off of them. Let them do what they do. They're equal to you as men and as women, and honestly, they're better than you at certain things. And that's just okay. It's gonna be that way. Um, you're going to be better than me at certain things. That's just okay. It's just going to be that way. But whatever it is that you're great at, just be great at that shit. But they took the civil rights law and the civil rights movement, and now they're trying to attach it to the rainbow fairies.
That's fair.
Oh, discrimination, discrimination. No, bitch. No. The discrimination in which they dealt with and the reason of why and the discrimination you're getting and the reason of why, it's two different things. They just people who happen to exist and their skin was darker and people just got mad. You on the other hand got a whole mental disorder that we need to fix and we don't need to normalize it.
Wow. That's true. That's absolutely true.
So that's That's
And
where we are now, and yeah.
and we do have some breaking news. This wasn't in our flyer. This wasn't in our promo, but we just got into it. So boop, 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 boop. We have breaking news, everyone. Are left-wing are right-wing grifters on the take? Are right-wing grifters doing a soda thing? So this is what we've just recently found out, guys. Large soda companies are paying influencers upwards of $1,000 per post. Where are you at? We're right here. Okay. Like I'd be, you know what I mean? I'd be anti-Coke because Coca-Cola and Pepsi pull in over $5 billion each year off taxpayer-funded food stamps. Don't fall for it. Big Soda is paying for these posts. If SNAP households spend 5% of their benefits on soft drinks, that's approximately $5.6 billion. Assuming cola captures 45% of this drink spending market, that equates to roughly $2.52 billion from SNAP purchases. And then let's see here. The shady PR firm working for Big Soda put an emergency halt notice to influencers last night after we called them out. They were hoping that would stop the bleeding. They were wrong. We're really changing the world here. So, yeah. Now you've got Clown World, a very, very popular right-wing media site. The government wants to block soda purchases for Americans on SNAP. Remember when New York City tried it and completely backfired? President Trump proudly had a Diet Coke button in the Oval Office. Has currently, actually. This is ridiculous. Overreach. Let people decide for themselves. Government overreach strikes again. This time it's soda's turn. That's from Jerome Powell. Then you've got Ian Miles Chong. But I mean, if you don't think Ian Miles Chong is on the take, well, I can't help you much, right? And then Eric Doherty, once again, very popular right-wing influencer. We cannot allow Maha to be used to force needy Americans into not buying certain things. So, yeah, man, the evidence is there. The proof is there. First of all, just so you know, dog, on my list tomorrow, in fact, I'll do it now. In fact, let me just do this now and put it on the list. Okay, Google. Track down, call, and send promo kit to company doing big soda influencing for right wingers. Tomorrow, 9 a.m. Okay, so tomorrow, 9 a.m., I'm tracking them down, dog. That's
Hey,
it.
man,
Payday. Payday's all around.
Tell Root Beer to holler at me, man. Tell Root Beer to holler at me.
Oh, it's just me in the building. Pew, 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 pew. Let me see. Oh, yeah. You thought you were going to get away with no pew pews. There you go. Nice to see you, big bro. Nice to see you. Thank you so much for swinging through. So,
Hey, man, I think like it's a slippery slope. I'll say that much. It's a slippery slope. And on many ways, when it comes to, and I'm just talking about, Maha and them going after the sodas, and like I expect they're called lobbying firms. Okay. They're
right.
a lobbying firm. They do it to elected officials in order to vote certain ways and push for certain bills. You really don't think they'll go to the influencers? The influencers, the ones who got the numbers behind them, the people who are buying it, that will force those politicians to vote a certain way. Come on now. Come on now. You're just starting to see it out in the public now. They're influencers.
Right. Here's the thing about it is, okay, so this becomes one of those questions, right? So I am pro-life at my core. If you
Mhm.
need to dig in and go, some abortions need to be kept illegal, blah, blah, blah. Okay. You know what I mean? I'm not going to fight tooth and nail to the death on that. I think that at the point that child can absolutely live outside of its mother's womb with medical assistance, I think at that point that you should not be able to abort it. That's my opinion. That's just my opinion on it. And I'm not saying whatever, and I'm not here for that fight. However, I'm saying if somebody like Eden Clinic or a larger company like that was like, hey, we would like to pay you for marketing and promoting our pro-life measures to reduce abortions. And I'm like, well, I believe in it anyway. Rock on. Am I grifting? You know what I mean? Or am I grifting if I don't believe it? For instance, but soda's an easy one. What if I love Dr. Pepper and Dr. Pepper comes to me and says, hey, Mike, here's $1,000 to say you like Dr. Pepper. And I go, well, you crack my fridge and you see Dr. Pepper, which you don't because soda's bad for you, even though when I did drink soda, I love Dr. Pepper.
Man,
However,
listen,
you know what I'm saying? So
there's
am I?
so much bad for you, man.
I
Like,
know.
it's like, bruh, you already did it. And I know we're trying to turn the tide, guys, but like you already did it. You allowed it to fester for this long. You allowed it to fester for this long.
Right.
You
Because
let
we got two issues we're dealing with. But anyway, I'm sorry. Go ahead. You allowed it to fester,
yeah,
meaning
and then like we let the soda companies get away with creating this chemical toxic concoction as opposed to using the pure items, using the safe items like other countries have been doing. Right? The politicians literally took the money in order to do it.
right.
And all of these adults, look, bro, in the grand scheme of things, we're young to this politics shit.
That's true.
It's the old motherfuckers, right? How old is Maxine Waters? How old is goddamn Chuck Schumer? How old is fucking Cocaine
Mitch.
Mitch,
I was gonna say
right?
Turtle Mitch.
How- how-
Well, slow down there, Democrats.
so
How
like
much money are you putting in my pocket before you put that legislation through? That's my impression of Mitch McConnell. He's
and
like,
that's the
slow down until I
thing.
know I'm getting paid, and then go crazy. So anyway, sorry. Go
Money
ahead.
Mitch, man. So, that's there needs to be education programs. There needs to be alternative routes showed as far as these companies and what they've been doing. Like, make them switch, right? Don't hurt the people. If you're going to take it away from the people like that, you need to be having like everybody who got SNAP programs and SNAP benefits. 9 times out of 10, they live in a housing project, right? Or in some type of community somewhere in some neighborhood. There's something going on. So you need to have some. Hey, we calling y'all to the conference room. Or the auditorium, and we're gonna put y'all up on game about these sodas. They're bad for you. And this is what they're doing. You've been having to go to that. You've been feeling different in your stomach lately, huh? Has your menstruals been off? Sons, have y'all sides been hurting? Let me holler at you right quick. Let me tell you how it's affected by this right here. And not just sodas, but all this other food that's out here. Like, show me you for real about it. Instead of just saying, oh yeah, we're cutting the money. Like, tell them why. Remember, the most transparent administration in history. Y'all was pushing influencers to say that, right? Remember? The most transparent administration in American history. So bitch, be all the way transparent.
And in my opinion, man, this is where they lose. This is where we lose as conservatives. Because, first of all, there are so many more battles to be fighting that are more, honestly, if we're going to do something, let's get the fucking seed oils out of the food first. Let's get the 27 ingredients it takes to make a French fry here at McDonald's when it's 4 ingredients in Europe. Let's get that fixed first.
Mhm.
Right? Like, what are you doing? Hey, I can take something away from poor people. Okay, good for you. Guess what? We're used to shit getting taken away. Enough. How about that? How about we focus on other things first, okay? We're bombing the shit out of poor brown people all over the planet. Oh, and poor white people too. And black folks. But we can't. I mean, We're we're funding open air slave markets, but that's a whole nother story. We can't get 4 layers deep tonight. This is an easy one. However, the point is, it drives me crazy in this whole of all of the evil in this world. The child trafficking off the charts, the missing children still, all of this stuff. Okay, so the border is overall fixed. We still have millions of people we need to get the F out. But let's go after soda. Or, then it's scandal. Certain influencers have been paid to say, let poor people buy soda. And I understand it's like EBT, this and that, but motherfucker, it ain't your money. I'm sorry,
It
but
ain't
look,
your money.
at the end of the day, guess what, guys? I hate to break your heart. I hate to blow your mind, people who've never had EBT access before. You can buy crack and or meth right now with EBT. It's true. You can also get 2 for 1 on food stamps if you want real cash. You can trade that shit because people need food. And if you take away the sodas, it won't matter because they can still get other food, right? So what you're not looking at is that you're only creating a deeper black market, raising prices, making it harder on poor people because guess what? That shit's addictive. Some could argue that soda is every bit as addicting as meth or crack. Really, honestly, and they put shit in there to make it super addicting.
Everything that we're consuming anywhere on them shelves has addictive additives to keep you coming back.
Now, I got 2 kinds of energy drink in here. You know what I'm saying? And they're both all natural. You know what I mean? But I put 2 kinds of energy. You know why? Because I'm addicted to caffeine. You know what I mean? I'm addicted to caffeine. So
Can you buy coffee with food stamps?
yes, you can. You better be able to, damn it. Don't get me started, man. We got
We're
real
worried about the
problems.
sodas.
Right.
Again, it's what they need to do. Again, it needs to be instructive. It's like, all right, look, y'all see, honestly, they need to have standards on food stamps similar to WIC. Right? Women, infant, and children. Shouts out to the Black Panthers. You know what I'm saying?
Yep.
The women, infant, and children program that they have in the U.S. government. They get these slips, and there's a certain things you can buy with them, right? You have a slip, and it'd be like, yo, this is for, up to 2 24-count eggs, particular type of cheese, particular type of milk. Then they'll have the other one that's for the cereals. You know what I mean? Like, have the food stamps, but let it be for vegetables, let it be for particular cereals, let it be for milk, let it be for produce, let it be for the meats, right? um Let it be for the fresh fruits that come from the farmers. Get your American farmers participating in it more. So it's like local food. Like, there's restructuring that can be and should be done that we can do that can be compromising for everyone. But again, educate. Don't just tell them, man, I'm taking this shit from you, man. Fuck you. Whoa, 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 whoa. Hey, y'all, look, we need to have a hard conversation. All right.
Yeah.
We're about to do some restructuring. And this is why. These companies have been getting away for years. Your people in Congress have been turning the rules and doing certain things where they can get over with making a profit by feeding y'all this, and it's been destroying you. It's been destroying our country. This is why, there are people who, no matter what they do, how active they are, how they work out, they still won't lose weight. That's
And
that's
think about
genetic.
this.
Hmm?
Oh, sorry. Go ahead.
I'm just saying that's genetic makeup and compositions from all this stuff that's being, intook into not only their bodies, but their parents before them bodies. It's just moving on down the line. And
It
this
is.
is why.
I mean, because I know people that live on junk food that are bone thin skinny, right? And they live on the worst diet. And then you know people that are 300. My mother, I shouldn't, she's always struggled with her weight. She'd be the first to tell you. You know what I mean? She loves Jesus, so she's gonna turn it into a testimony anyway. She's gonna be like, well, let me tell you how the Lord's delivered me. But and she's doing great. Proud of you, mom, if you're watching. She's doing great, especially for her age. She's getting active and stuff. But she would eat a peanut butter and jelly sandwich or two in a day, especially when I was younger. And she struggled with her weight and still couldn't lose weight. She hardly ate, but it was just the way her body was and that she needed to do other things because she wasn't lucky enough to. I mean, she would consume way less than 2,000 calories, which you would think, oh, that's how you lose weight, right? But not for everyone, especially if you're eating food designed to keep you fat, or you're eating food that keeps you dehydrated so you can't lose weight. So yeah, man. And even past that, the reason that it takes you so long to get to see a specialist is because of junk food. Is because of the fucking food the chemicals they put in your food, right? Nobody puts that together. Wait a minute. The reason that our healthcare system is so clogged and everybody are having these weird diseases or such high rates of cancer, esophageal cancer never existed before, really, and all of this stuff. It's because of the junk food. And so that clogs our system, our healthcare system clogs our systems literally, and then clogs the healthcare system as well. And it makes everything rough. But the food people benefit from it. The chemical makers benefit from it. And Big Pharma definitely benefits. And when you look and you're like, well, who owns Big Pharma? Okay, well, the same stockholder companies that own Big Pharma also have huge major investments in the fast food companies and the frozen food companies. And even deeper in the yellow number 5 and the red dye number 6 or 9 companies. Wait a minute. The companies that create this stuff are the same companies that create my healthcare? Medicines and stuff. That's wacky. And nobody's doing nothing because I think that my government cares and we go, hey, we have children in this country too. We don't want this shit going on either. Oh, wait, but they're rich. Oh, oh, wait, but they have the stocks in these companies. So yeah, man, I absolutely agree with you there. Maybe there should be a thing. I just feel like, I don't know, being an EBT kid, I just feel like folks should understand and know that no matter what you think you're doing, there's always going to be a reaction to it, and there's so much more energy and time and money that is needed for other things right now. But that's my opinion. It's my opinion on that.
Oh, totally agree, bro. Totally agree, man. It's a big fight. That's all I got to say, man. It's a big fight.
Yeah.
A lot of things that have to be done in such little time. So we got to hit the guard. We got to hit the ground running hard. If we're going to have a change and make it through this all right, or prepare for the fight that's going to ensue, because they're going to use this to spark up a summer of love type situation. Like it's all going to be like it's all ingredients to the big boom.
Right. Shout out to Calderise in the building, by the way.
Okay. What comment is he in? You got to come to Rumble, man, so you can be with the comment people.
Yeah, he's on Facebook right now. Yeah, okay. I got everything else is on the Rumble Studios. So okay, that's my other chat room right now. I'm working, dog. I'm putting us on the map. We changing, man.
Keep grinding.
By the end of 25, we're going to be in the conversation. But regardless of that, Amy, a teacher, is like, personally, I think we should tax the F out of junk food. And I'm like, maybe a tax is a good way to go on it. You know what I mean? Instead of banning it, you do some cost prohibitive measures on it that would help then fund other health measures. What's your thoughts on that?
So, in taxing it, what would it do but take more money? Because I mean, then it'll still be, instead of banning it from the SNAP program, you're taxing them. They're going to put it on the cost. and now the $5 case of sodas is a $12 case of sodas. And the person who's drinking the sodas are still going to drink the sodas. They're just going to, the sodas are essentially going to become the lobster tails and the T-bones.
That's and hey man, that's fair. Like I
So
don't get lobster tails because they're just not worth it. Like I can cook too good. I'd rather spend that money on steak. But yeah,
yeah, see,
man,
look, some people look, they're going to spend it on the steak and the lobster tail at the same time. You
that's
know what I'm saying? They going in the grocery store, they going by the meat department, and then right next to the meat department is the little seafood section. Let me go ahead and get them 2 lobster tails. Thank you kindly. Yep, got my T-bone, 2 lobster tails. I'm going over here and get my case of Fago Red, and
there
we
you
on and pop.
go.
Yeah, we on and pop it. It's gonna be a special night.
Fago is delicious, man. Don't talk shit. I'm kidding. I'm
Oh,
kidding.
I'm not
So
talking shit about Fago at all. Listen, Fago's all right now, but ain't nothing like when that Fago was in that glass bottle.
right.
If you don't know about
Oh
glass bottle
man.
Fago, man,
Yeah. Let's see here. Yeah, and that's okay. So I had something I kind of wanted us to watch on this. This is more digging into the USAID stuff, but it has to do with spending our money on what's going on with it and that kind of thing there. It's a little bit longer of a clip, but I wanted us to get into the show a little bit. Then we can drop this. It's about a 7-minute clip. We might stop it, but yeah, I thought we'd check it out, that kind of thing. Okay.
let it
So,
roll. Let's go.
all right. We'll full screen it. This is about Barack Obama doing illegal stuff with USAID funds.
The Obama USAID era. Now, we were running a number of rogue USAID operations in Cuba at the time. By the way, I have to say for the record, I'm no fan of the Cuban government. I'm not even weighing in on whether it's the right or wrong thing to do, in terms of regime change there or, liberating people there from autocratic excess by that government. I'm simply showing the American people where your tax dollars are going and how these things are structured in order to systematically fool you and to fool Congress and to fool the White House. So, for example, and I'll show a couple other things in a second here, so this is Zunzaneo. So if you just scroll for a second, we'll start with this, right? So it was an online social media. Just scroll up one second. We'll start at the top here. It was an online social networking microblogging service created by USAID and marketed to Cuban users. This was a Twitter knockoff. See, the background of this is 2009, 2014, that period. The State Department and USAID were gangbusters gung-ho on the promise of Arab Spring style social media revolutions to topple other governments. That the Arab Spring was a Facebook revolution and a Twitter revolution. USAID pumped $1.2 billion in, and we sponsored these activist groups and these civil society organizations to learn how to use Facebook, learn how to use Twitter, learn how to use hashtags, learn how to coordinate street protests so that everyone knows where to go, what street to show up on, what kind of slogans to use in order to create the pro-democracy, predicate for it. But the problem was at the time, Cuba did not allow U.S. social media in. So they said, so they're not allowing Twitter in. How can we get a Twitter there, but without calling it Twitter, without making it look like it's coming from the U.S.? So what they did is they took the exact same thing as Twitter, same user interface, same like and retweet button. Zunzaneo is the Cuban slang word for hummingbird. So it means it's bird. It was the Twitter bird, the whole thing. But the whole trick about it was you have to make it look like it's coming from the Cubans if you're going to do this operation. So what you'll see is it began running. So this is 2010. This is right during the Arab Spring. And what you'll see is they took funds, millions of dollars of funds that were concealed as humanitarian funds designated for Pakistan. Now, I don't know if Joe or the audience, if you've looked at a map lately, but Pakistan is not exactly the next door neighbor of Cuba, right? So, and this is the Wikipedia whitewashing, and we can get into the deeper layers of this, but contractors funded by USAID, I should note, the main contractor was Creative Associates International, who's a frequent one. And it's CAI, not CIA, I promise. So they concealed in the budget from Senate, from Congress, from the White House National Security Council. They said that these were humanitarian funds for Pakistan. And then they ran that to their contractor, CAI, to, quote, set up a Byzantine system of front companies using Cayman Islands bank accounts and recruiting unsuspecting business executives who would not be told of the company's ties to the U.S. government, according to the AP. Private companies like Creative Associates International designed the network. The idea arose after they were given 500,000 stolen Cuban cell phones that were available on the black market. And then what you'll see if you scroll down is, okay, the network, dubbed the Cuban Twitter, reached about 60,000 Cuban subscribers. The initiative appears to also have had a surveillance dimension, allowing a, quote, vast database of Cuban Zunzanillo subscribers, including gender, age, and receptiveness and political tendencies to be built, with the Associated Press noting such data could be used in the future for political purposes. By the way, these are all in quotes from the internal documents, and we can go through that. The data would then be used for micro-targeting efforts towards anti- and pro-government users in Cuba. The developers aimed to, at first, use non-controversial content, such as sports and music, and hurricane updates, by the way. They used hurricane updates in the internal things. You know, basically a humanitarian front that if you sign up to this app, you'll know about natural disasters in the area. Meanwhile, what was the plan the whole time? Once they built up enough subscribers, they would begin to introduce political messages through social bots and encourage dissent in this astroturfing. There's a great Guardian write-up on this. If you go to Guardian Zunzanillo, so you can see how crazy. Just type in Zunzanillo Smart Mob Guardian. You'll see the internal files explicitly said, we're going to lure them in with music, sports, and hurricane updates. You have to join. You have to join. Twitter in Cuba if you want, to be relevant in the culture and see what's trending in sports and music. If you want to be safe in your homes, if you want to know where hurricanes are going, Twitter, Cuban Twitter is the fastest place to get this. It's humanitarian work for, we're saving lives by doing this. But the whole point is once they hit a critical mass, they would create rental riots. And they would use this the same way they used it in Egypt and Tunisia to topple those governments under the Obama administration. They would organize smart mobs, rental riots. And if you scroll down, there's some, this is a fantastic article, highly recommend. There's a lot more there, but okay, stop right there. Oh, scroll up a little bit. Okay. Documents show the U.S. government planned to build a subscriber base through non-controversial news content, news messages on soccer, music, and hurricane updates. This is in The Guardian. Later, when the network reached a critical mass, perhaps hundreds of thousands, operators would introduce political content aimed at inspiring Cubans to organize, quote, smart mobs, mass gatherings called at a moment's notice that might trigger a Cuban spring, or as one USA document put it, quote, renegotiate the balance of power between state and society. And, so one more thing, if you want to look up on this, you see how they conceal it. If you just type in USAID, Zunzanillo, and discrete or discrete action, and you'll see how USAID, when this scandal popped off, everyone said, what the hell? How did this happen? This is classic CIA work. You're using Cayman Islands bank accounts. You're saying you're earmarking it for Pakistani aid. This has clear implications for U.S. statecraft if this gets busted. This is why we task the CIA to do this. Plausible deniability. If something has diplomatic blowback and we don't want U.S. fingerprints on it, we need a formal intelligence agency because there's diplomatic blowback if U.S. fingerprints are revealed. This was a.
All right, there it is, man. So basically, long story short, the U.S. is guilty of, and I mean, looks pretty cut and dried there. The U.S. is guilty of creating a Twitter-style app or working with Twitter to overthrow the Cuban government using USAID funds. Had you heard about that, man? What I mean, you talk about. I know. I feel like there's 2-3 things going through your mind. The first one is Pro done told you. Would be the first one, right? Second one is with the pinky out. My man takes the sip with the pinky out. And then the second one is, if you didn't know this specifically, you knew much about it, and you were like, that's interesting. Like there was maybe a tidbit or two there. You know what I'm saying, that I wasn't aware of, but I knew the game and I knew what was going on, and that was an interesting tidbit. You're on their bumper. So that's what I'm thinking your reactions are right now, man.
You got one more. That was two. What the third one?
The third one is these motherfuckers. Are they gonna come at me over some soda? They gonna come at me over some bullshit? They gonna tell me Trump is racist when, like, fucking we're working to take down an evil ass government, and when we do that, all you can do is complain. It's not the evil ass government. I mean, come on, man. I mean, this is how, quote unquote, racism is a thing too. This is how you take Elon making a stupid salute. You know what I mean? Anyway, dude, you know what I'm saying. So, yeah.
Hey, man, look. Does anybody know what life book is?
The Bible? Are you talking about the Bible, sir?
Hold on. Life log. I'm sorry.
Oh, life log.
Life log. Anybody know what life log is?
Man, life log is a personal record of one's daily life, capturing a comprehensive data set of a person's activities.
Okay.
It can be used for memory augmentation, or, my friend, to support people with memory issues. Life logs can be manually recorded, like Robert Shields' 37 million word diary, or automatically captured by wearable technology or mobile devices. Am I close?
In essence, yeah. But
Okay.
pull up that share.
Oh, at the stage. Remove. Oh, sorry. I got to. Sorry. Boom. There we go.
LifeLaw was a project by DARPA.
Oh,
which is the Defense Advanced Research Project Agency. All right, LifeLog aimed to compile a massive electronic database of every activity and relationship a person engages in. This was to include credit card purchases, websites visited, the content of telephone calls and emails sent and received, scans of faxes, postal mail sent, received, books and magazines read, television, radio selections, physical location recorded by wearable GPS sensors. Sounds a lot like Facebook, don't it?
yup.
It had predictive functions. It sought to find meaningful patterns in the timeline to infer to users' routines. Sounds like Facebook, doesn't it?
You know, Facebook knows when you're pooping, right? You know that's a thing, right? True
It's
story.
definitely a thing.
Yeah.
News reports in the media describe LifeLog as the diary to end all diary. Sounds a lot like Facebook,
Mhm.
doesn't it? The LifeLog program was canceled on February 4th, 2004, after criticism concerning the privacy implications of the system. All right. I want y'all to keep this date. Write this date down. See that date? What's that date?
February 4th, 004. Ot 4, as we say.
All right.
February 4th, 2004, they ended the LifeLog program.
All right. I'm going to take the screen down. All right. And I'm going to bring something up. Now,
All right.
when y'all see this, don't cry. Don't lose your mind. When I show you this, don't lose your mind. Because you're gonna lose your mind, but I want you not to lose your mind. Can y'all promise me not gonna lose your mind? Can you promise me you're not gonna lose your mind?
No mind's lost. No
All
mind's
right.
lost.
All right. Put this up on the screen. All right, guys. Facebook is a social media and social networking service owned by American technology conglomerate, created in 2004.
But what day?
All right, y'all. Hold on to your Wheaties.
Wow. Oh my good God. I can't believe that shit. I mean, I do, but oh my gosh.
Amen.
That's a trip, bro. That is a trip right there.
Amen.
Wow.
Amen.
Wow, bro. This is me right now, bro. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah. Yeah,
That's me right now. Boom. You know what I mean? What? Wait. So wait. I can't. I mean, let's hold on. Please keep this up. Okay. So for those of you that might have been half paying attention, and for those of you that are listening, not live. Okay. So what we just did was look up a thing called LifeLog. LifeLog was a program by DARPA, basically a digital diary that kept track of everything about you. That program was ended. That program was ended February 4th, 2004. Facebook was founded on the exact. They're not even. Man, wow.
Hide it for what?
They're not even trying to be slick about the fact that they're like, yeah, we're just watching you. And this is why they killed off Craigslist. Or I mean, not Craigslist, I'm sorry, MySpace. If you remember, MySpace was the spot, and MySpace was way more wide open. Now, was it a little slow on the tech? Yeah, but they were building and they would have caught up. But MySpace had the freedom, man. You could do all kinds of stuff. It encouraged you to learn a little bit about design. You know, I mean, that's how I learned HTML, was so I could do cool stuff
That's how we
on.
learn coding.
Yeah. And then, Facebook comes along, man. This is crazy, dude. And it was funded. We know they got huge government funds too. All at the same time. Oh my gosh. Oh my
The reason
gosh.
why they got huge government funds, because it was the government project that they created through a shell. Mark Zuckerberg.
Wow. That's amazing, dude. Like, I don't even.
They've been doing that. The color revolution over in 2014 at the same time as the situation in Cuba. They were pushing the color revolution in Ukraine.
Yeah.
And caused a regime change over there. You know what? Since we're onto it, and this is the conversation at hand, let me pull Auntie up right quick.
Word. By the way, shout out, just real fast, we got to shout out Montoya is in the building.
You know what? I'm gonna pull that other chat up because there's no way that I'm not gonna be able to deal with my peoples. All the ringside rumblers who's over on the other side.
Sorry about that. If you just pull up because you can see it, you know what I mean? I'm showing it on the screen. So Amy said, I am upset by this. And then Montoya says, good afternoon, Pro Mike, and to everyone. We love it.
What's happening? All right, where Auntie at? Where is Auntie? Here she go. All right.
Wow. See, you said don't let your mind get blown. My mind is blown.
Yeah, I know.
They end a program that is basically Facebook on the same day they start Facebook. I just can't believe it.
The ID is in Africa. and not just USAID, but other NGOs. You look at DFID, which is the British equivalent, and many other smaller ones. Their sole purpose was to act as if they're coming to rescue Africa. They are coming in claiming that they're introducing grassroots initiatives that are going to help the people. And so they use that as a way to go into the most remote parts of Africa. When you look at it on paper, it all looks really good, but they're actually wolf in sheep's clothing. They are using that open access sounding humanitarian to constantly destabilize governments. I can tell you right now, the majority of African leaders, and not just African leaders, but leaders in the developing world, are celebrating the exit of USAID. If you think about it, their sole purpose, for example, filling in the gaps in healthcare and education, where is the change? Show me one country that USAID was in and education improved. Show me what country where USAID was in and healthcare improved. The social services they're bringing, it's peanuts. The American taxpayer needs to know the billions of dollars that are being given to USAID, a fraction is making it to the people.
Wow. Can you play that one more time? Because that's a short clip. Can we please hear that? That's so important, man.
Yep.
We need to understand the real reason why USAID is in Africa. And not just USAID, but other NGOs. You look at DFID, which is the British equivalent, and many other smaller ones. Their sole purpose was to act as if they're coming to rescue Africa. They are coming in claiming that they're introducing grassroots initiatives that are going to help the people. And so they use that as a way to go into the most remote parts of Africa. When you look at it on paper, it all looks really good, but they're actually wolf in sheep's clothing. They are using that open access sounding humanitarian to constantly destabilize governments. I can tell you right now, the majority of African leaders, and not just African leaders, but leaders in the developing world, are celebrating the exit of USAID. If you think about it, their sole purpose, for example, filling in the gaps in healthcare and education, where is the change? Show me one country that USAID was in and education improved. Show me what country where USAID was in and healthcare improved. The social services they're bringing, it's peanuts. The American taxpayer needs to know the billions of dollars that are being given to USAID, a fraction is making it to the people.
Dang, bro. That's a wow. That's a woman from Africa who's probably real mad because she's living in the realness, of that stuff. Wow.
All right. She's a former African Union ambassador to the U.S. Says U.S. government aid agency had a major meddling agenda across Africa. Excuse me. If the U.S. is not interested in Africa, African leaders should beg for better relations. It takes two to tango.
Like I said, a couple months back, I was talking to a lady from Africa. Her husband's here and she's here now and everything, but she was saying that in her, I'm pretty sure it was Cameroon, but she was saying it was something like, $240 to every $1 American dollar. And you had to carry big, like, backpacks full of money when you went to the grocery store. She was like, we laughed here. We didn't have credit cards or anything like that. And, the banks couldn't keep all the money because they couldn't store all the paper. So you had to hold large amounts of money. And I was just like, goodness, man.
It's crazy.
Yeah. And then that's why our money's so powerful. That's why, we can come in and bully them. And it's just important. And, we just saw two clips. It was two sides of one coin. You got the American dude doing the research, via paperwork. And then you got the woman on the ground living it, talking about it, experiencing it firsthand, man. And that's wow. So that wasn't even one of our topics. I was just trying to assist the whole fact that quit picking on poor people for drinking Coca-Cola and let's focus on, there are far more important things to focus on. Getting the bad stuff out of the soda. And then if we're going to break it down, there are starving people not getting food, and we're spending billions of dollars on that now. Which, if you go all the way back to our reparations debate, We spend trillions supposedly helping people domestically and abroad, and none of that money goes to anyone. And then once again, there you go with but you want to fight about making sure black folks get reparations. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, I'm gonna fight that fight.
Ugh. No, not you. I'm saying, you know what I'm saying? Like, you know what I mean? So there's all this money that's going in, and we're so mad and we're so worried that black folks would get reparations, but we don't care about the trillions going out and the people all around the world saying, hey, this is money laundering. So anyway, once again, I'm not trying to make nobody mad. We love you. So even if you disagree, you know what I mean? So yeah. And then of course, Amy says, I wish we'd spend that money on our hurting education system. Amen to that. That is correct. No diggity, no doubt. So guys, it's time for a white pill. On the hour turn, we're bringing the white pills. Why? Because white pills are delicious. We love them and you love them. Guess what, y'all? Guess what? We're saving folks. We're saving folks from stuck in space. You're stuck in space? That's all right. We got you. You know what I'm saying? You may be stuck in space, and everybody's like, we're not going to come save you.
Do not come.
No?
Do not come.
Home. But then Trump says,
I'm going to come.
You know what I mean? Ladies and gentlemen, for a white pill, good news, y'all. Good freaking news, man. Astronauts stranded in space. Elon Musk got him. He's saving you money, and he's saving astronauts up in space, guys. We're just going to do about 3 minutes of this clip here. But this was live.
Copy, 200 meters. Brace for splashdown.
Brace for splashdown. Look how beautiful that is.
Of the Dragon spacecraft. And we're going to stand by for splashdown located in the Gulf of America off the coast of Tallahassee, Florida.
And splashdown. Crew 9 back on Earth.
Man, that shit looks so fake.
You know, Tommy, I don't have to turn you around watching this.
Come on, man.
Looks so fucking fake. Oh my god.
No.
Holy shit.
Great American innovation and a great homecoming. This is so
that
exciting.
Shit looks
Let's
so
all celebrate together. It's okay to
CG
celebrate American wins, even though you hate Elon Musk. This is made possible because of him. Celebrate
wow. Wow.
What Tommy just.
Hold on, man. Let's watch again.
That shit looks so
All right,
fucking
man.
CGI. Holy shit.
I'm bringing it back to like, no, that's not man. Where's your sense of wonder, sir?
I have a sense of wonder. I do.
Look, that's real. You can't CGI. Look how those things are breathing in the wind. You can't CGI that.
Yes, you can.
Not like that. I hate you.
I'm just looking at the capsule, man.
I'm trying to give everybody a white pill, bro. Come on, bro.
I'm just looking at the capsule itself, man. And this video right here don't help. It's the lines. Look at the lines. Look at this shit. Look at that. It's like, oh man, y'all, come on now. Y'all working overtime. Y'all are working overtime.
Come on, man. You know what I'm saying? They're there. They're like, yay, we're about to splash down. Yay. You know what I mean? That's them live, bro. That's cool, man. You know what I'm saying?
They ain't even rocking.
As resting places for their arms.
That thing is rocking side to side.
Moments ago.
They ain't even rocking.
So their arms were able to float freely.
Well, no, that's because it was a still cam.
No, it wasn't. That was them. Back it up.
Yeah, they were, but look.
Ago.
And there's more to come. It's also a reminder that when you
his hands is moving, they should be swaying. You been on a plane before?
Exactly what we're seeing tonight.
No, but wait. Okay, but look, they listen. Okay, but hear me out. Okay, so look, they would be swaying, right? But if the camera is moving with them and they're all moving together, you know what I mean? It looks like it's still because the camera is moving at the same rate and speed as them. You see what I mean? That's why when like you're watching NASCAR and there's the in-car camera, it's because the camera is going as fast as the race car
And they
driver
head still,
that
they
he's
head
not
still
like
being they like.
every now and again, yes, just like these guys. But look how strapped in they are. Look at all these straps, bro. Their heads are strapped. Look at that, bro. Bro, look at the straps, bro. The strap and the head things right
All right,
there.
Buddy got a space pistol right there. That's a space pistol right there.
Right there.
Mm-hmm. Nah, where you
Great.
was circling, right next to his knee. That's a space pistol.
Oh, okay. All right, but hold on. It's good look.
Yeah, right there. His space
Using
pistol.
their
She holds on
restraints
to the
as
strap too.
resting places for their arms. They were just in space moments ago. Per day here that we have found 200. Posting to a soft splashdown. The dragon.
Okay, so what I'm
capsule
looking at
just
now you got me looking at this. See, man, I don't like you.
All right, what? All right, look. You want to see something?
Hold
I'm
on,
gonna show
hold
you.
on.
I'm gonna show you what to see when
All
it
right.
when they hit the water.
was going.
Okay, I'm looking at the lighting, right? Because if it's CGI and there's a weird lighting, watch this. Just pay attention because there's like kind of a weird lighting change.
Was going over 17,000. 17,000.
See that? You see that lighting change right there?
Hour.
Mm-hmm.
And
That's what you call a CGI glitch, or not? I'm not saying it is. I'm saying that's what could be considered a CGI glitch. Did you see the lighting pop? There was a specific lighting pop.
I'm gonna show you something else. When they touch down in the water, I was looking for it. I was
See,
looking for
there's
it.
when a little lighting pop, just tiny right there. See that? See how the whole screen lighting changed? And then see how that little glow. But see, that could be just the sun right there.
I don't know.
Anyway, when they
All
hit
right,
the
yeah,
water.
they're
All right.
about to touch the water. Yep. All right. Look at that. All right.
Oh, when it changes on the horizon. Yeah. That's a good start.
Look at how it pops out. Like that shit looks like it's like imposed on, right?
Right about here, yeah.
Look at how it looks like it's imposed on. It looks like
Yeah.
it's imposing. All right. Now watch when it's in the water. Now let it go. That floats look a little suspicious, but look at the stare when it gets closer. Because there's a little step on that capsule. I want you to pay attention to the waves breaking on the step.
I'm looking here. We are checking to see. Oh, do you see that? Little digital jump. See that?
Mm-hmm. I play enough video games, bro. I play enough video games. Y'all should know.
Right about pink. See that?
Now watch it.
There was a clip there, but you could almost say, hey, that's just a live little. But then there's a straight digital jump. Which, like you said, video, it's very hard if you're in tune to it, right? Bop, right there. You know what I mean? You
Yep.
see how everything went out and went back in again?
Yep.
And there was a little digital rendery thing. I got it on 10 seconds, but hold on, man. That's trippy. Because it does that. Hold on, let me see something. Are we on the slowest possible? No, let's go 0.25 because I got to see that again. See that right there?
Mm-hmm.
And it's so fast. Because a little digital pop right. See right there?
Yep.
Just like Mike.
Yep.
Because, not for nothing, but let me show y'all something. Just for fun. I can do weird stuff like that right now, okay? Because I got a green screen, I can do that. See? And I could pop and then pop back in. See? I can do that too. That kind of thing. I'm just saying that digital thing looked like that, right? I mean,
Yep.
isn't that what it just like if I do this, you see that little see that, you know what I'm saying? See how the green screen is picking up, you know what I mean? And then it takes a second. And then it refixtures my hand, right? And then my hand goes away and it's fine. But once I pop my hand, it takes a second. See? Do you see what I'm saying? See? And now it's messing with the lighting again because I keep messing with my camera. But do you see what I'm saying? That looked like that, bro.
Yeah. Man, what play some more. This is what caught me. This is how I knew. See, you just did all that, but it was just I just saw one thing. I was like, nope.
Hold on, I gotta fix my own stuff now.
Fucking with shit you shouldn't be fucking with. Proving a point.
Know. I know. Can't take you nowhere, Hall. Anyway, hold on.
Nope. Leave it to Hall or fuck something up.
All right, so keep playing. There's something else you wanted to show us, yeah? We're at half speed. It's a cool. It looks so Star Wars though, so cool looking. And then the boat's coming to save them. The rescue boats.
We can't see it.
Oh, it's not for y'all anyway. You ruined it for everybody, Pro. I hope you're happy.
Good. Now watch. Look at the little door. Look at the door. Right off on the left-hand side of the capsule. See where they're floating in the water like that?
Yeah.
There should be waves hitting it.
Should be some black backsplash, yeah.
Should be some black splash.
It should actually be a lot. Because they're in the middle
Mhm.
of the ocean. People understand that's really those waves are huge. You don't understand those waves are 5-6 foot tall. You don't have any you know what I mean, measure of background. Yeah, because look at the flags. Look at all of the whitewash even the parachutes are creating.
And there's no whitewash at
Look
all.
at that whitewash. Oh, and look at that. Well, see, and then that could be real because of the weird lighting there, bro. Like, that's totally what it.
Hey, man.
Wow. There's some. See, there you
There's
go.
some. It's like, hey, we got to add something. They don't see it right now.
But the problem
haven't
is
had any.
the waves are pushing. Like, you see the waves are pushing. You see how so there should be. You know what I mean? Man, I was trying to white pill. I think I started this segment by saying it's a white pill. You know what I'm saying? Oh, and I'm like, no white pills, dog. No white pills. You know what I'm saying?
All the white pills are within the red.
Oh, man, what happened, bro? Wait, what happened, man? I was like, this is cool, man. We saved some ass. Like, and my whole point to that was going to be what sucks is that people were politicizing it. And I just posted a cool thing saying, hey, Elon, on my Facebook, I posted a thing going, news isn't even covering this, trying to point out that news sucks, not trying to cape up for Elon. And people were like, Elon didn't do shit. Rap, rap, rap. It was this engineer and this astronaut. And I was like, exactly. So when the New England Patriots win the Super Bowl, when Robert Kraft holds up the trophy, the owner of the team, because he didn't throw a pass, he's a piece of shit, right? Because you're not allowed to appreciate or take part in a company you built that is capable of doing these things. You're not allowed to do that, right? When the GM of the team holds up the trophy, you know what I mean? What a piece of... When Dana White takes pride in the UFC being successful, be like, you didn't throw no punches or kicks, you piece of shit. Like, right? Is that how we do it now? The hell kind of trash is that? So, anyway, what, man?
Shouts out to Shaka. Excuse me. Shaka's in the building.
Shaka in the building. Respect. Not everything is a conspiracy.
That's what it says. I don't know. He's in my. Is he in your comments? Can you see him in your comments?
Let me see here. I cannot.
On the StreamYard?
I don't see him in the StreamYard comments.
Interesting.
Oh, there he is. There he is. There he is. Boom.
Yeah.
Twitter. Yeah, Shock in the building. Woo! Shock in the building.
So yeah, man. I don't know, man. This shit's peace, brother. Yeah, man, I don't know. Look, I saw a video. When it come to NASA them and that bullshit, bro, I saw a video. First of all, before I even saw the video, them motherfuckers saying that, oh, yeah, we can't go back to the moon because we lost all the technology and we
Yeah,
just
well, yeah.
I'm like, wait, what? And then they made a video and they put it on YouTube. It's probably still out there. I'll find it and I'll show it the next time. I won't continue to derail the show. But dude was like, yeah, we never really we never left Earth's atmosphere because of the radioactive belts that's out there. I think it's like the Van Ives belts or the Van something belt. I can't remember. It's
Van
radioactive
Allen.
belt. Yeah, that's
the
one.
Van Allen radiation belts. Yes, sir.
There you go. That's the one. Yeah, they said we never made it through that. So if we never made it through that, then how do we get to And Buddy said we're still learning on trying to figure out how do we get through it. So I was like, you told on yourselves. And then if we go back and we look at the original moon landing video, that they first of all, we didn't even have cell phones at the time. And you mean to tell me these motherfuckers was real time talking to each other back and forth? The president and the motherfuckers on the moon? That's what you want me to believe? Get the fuck out of here.
Right.
Nigga, we still operating on landline telephone. And you want me to believe that these motherfuckers call from the moon, nigga? The moon, nigga? Fuck out of here. Come on, man.
So
they go come back here. Look, that's the Fantastic Four. Them motherfuckers gonna come back here just like them motherfuckers got on some other shit. Motherfuckers mutated, radioactive, Spider-Man, Shaka say Gumby, Minute Boy.
Right.
For real, man. For real, man. Like, man, get out of here with that foolishness, man. Get out of here.
By the way, shout out. Yeah, y'all might be too young to remember this, but look up Eddie Murphy Gumby if you want a good laugh. Go Google Eddie Murphy is Gumby. He did the funniest. I'm Gumby, damn it! It was killer. Do you know what I'm talking about? Please tell me you know what I'm talking about. No,
yeah,
man.
That was shared on social media quite a lot.
Brilliant stuff. But yeah, no, man, I see that. See, everything is fake. So
but we know this. We just talked about it with the social medias.
Yeah,
man. Look, color. We talk about color revolution, bro. Look, Shaka. Look, that's his baby right there. Ukraine is before we even heard about a goddamn Carmella and the phone call between Trump and before that, Shaka been putting us on game about Ukraine.
Yes,
And the
years.
corruption shit that was going on there, bro. So we knew about the social media shit and all of that. That's what they do, man. They engineer that shit and push that shit to the people. All of it. Facebook, LifeLog, motherfucking Zunzinio, we just looked at, right? All that shit. They're like, this is what they do. That's the same thing with the food. As we were talking about the food and shit earlier, bro. It's the same thing, bro. Like they know what the fuck they doing. They doing this shit purposely. Doing this shit purposely. And we just gotta break the mold. You know what I'm saying? It's gonna be some white pill moments out here in life. But shit, even some of the white pill that you think white pill, man, is a big opportunity for a big ass red pill. And that's what that was. You know what I'm saying? Like,
yeah.
I don't know, man. I don't know. These people, that was a good story that they needed at the time for whatever,
Well, bro, I love black people. And as a white man, I want to tell you when you should be afraid. Because white people, like, that's the thing, right? If I'm a good white liberal, I tell all of my black friends what they need to be afraid of and how they need to behave, right? So you should be scared right now, man, because Trump is off
Why?
the chain.
Why?
Bro, Trump, look, Trump, this is some crazy, dangerous, depraved, degenerate stuff right here, as Julie Brooklyn says. Okay, Trump has actually reversed a clause that bans segregation. We are heading towards slavery again. You need to be afraid, my friend. Okay, that's what they're saying right now. And I just I I'm looking out for you as a anyway. I'm not a white liberal, so I know this is BS. But anyway,
I got a question, right? Like, let's just read like remove the specific clause from federal contracting rules that explicitly prohibited federal contractors from maintaining segregated facilities such as waiting rooms, restaurants, and drinking fountains. All right, now, I'll stop right there. Remember, we talked about these loopholes, segregated facilities. I promise you, somebody used, because there's a big fight in getting rid of the trans. This ain't got nothing to do about black people. See, because again, remember the color of the law and the reason of what was happening at the time of what put it in place. And it was an executive order, which executive orders exist in the absence of a law. All right. Hey, we're working on this law to go through. But in the meantime, in between time, everybody that falls up under this here executive branch, bitch, you got to go by these marching orders right here. And whenever that shit become law, then cool. This shit is redundant and it goes out the window. But the shit was still on the books. And they was going to use that to say, nah, you can't say that a trans woman ain't a woman and that she can't use a woman's facility. You can't say you're going to create a separate bathroom for them because you're not supposed to have segregated facilities. It's a bigger play at hand.
Always. Just like my beloved astronaut rescue. It's always something deeper. But I got to be honest, as soon as I read that, I thought about people like you. I thought about people like Shaka. And this is all I saw right here, man. You know what I'm saying? Well, we were waiting. Well, thank you. Thank you kindly, white folk. It's about
Thank you
time.
kindly, white folk. Thank you kindly. I would listen, bro. Look, first of all, we all self-motherfucking segregate. And if we pay attention to the self-segregation, you got some niggas that'll leave and say, you know what, I'm gonna get away from the nigga shit. I'm going to the suburban area.
Right.
And then you got the cane gentrifiers and the liberal white folk who say, fuck it, I'm finna go move in with the black folk, but I'm finna go buy everything at a cheap price, and then I'm gonna make it better, and then I'm gonna sell it at a high price, and I'm gonna fuck them out their shit. They always do. We'll self-segregate, we'll be off in our own little world. And then here comes Captain Save a Whole Liberal, who's gonna speak for the black person and the brown person and fuck up the way of living. This is, man, fuck them. And niggas, y'all better wait the fuck up. Don't let these motherfuckers play you out your motherfucking position. And y'all good for letting them play you out your position. Goddamn, don't do it. Peep game, say, well, shit's already law. I can go wherever the fuck I want to go outside of where. Are you a state that can y'all refuse business?
Yes, we have we have the signs pretty much everywhere.
Okay, yeah.
We
Business
reserve
owners
the
got the
right
right
to
to refuse
refuse
business.
service. Yeah.
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 Yeah. So look, we already do it anyway. So fuck it. What you mad for? You doing it anyway.
True.
I don't
That's
understand.
true.
Stop letting these motherfuckers play you out your motherfucking position. Bitch, you better get you some motherfucking money. Understand that the crazy ass motherfucker orange man, once again, and we were saying this during the first administration, motherfuckers didn't listen. So no, he's bringing business back to this motherfucking country. Now, are you going to be the one that's begging for a job?
It was. I don't know if this is right. I mean, it sounds.
Who that is?
Right.
Who that is? I heard a bitch talking.
Sorry. I was queuing up the next.
Oh, that was your okay.
segment.
That was your fault. Okay, I was. Hey, listen, I thought we got hacked. I thought we got hacked. I was finna say, goddamn, I ain't say nothing about the tiny hats. Why you fucking with me? But nah, man, you either gonna get in position and be the one creating the jobs and situating yourself in new economy, because new economy coming. Listen, understand that's what COVID broke the goddamn broke the line of the new economy that was coming in this bitch. Right? And now that nigga about to goddamn go get some super glue and try and piecemeal that shit together real fast before this shit goddamn gonna tank out. The shit on the bridge, shit gonna tank out. It's just we have reached critical mass. This shit's gonna happen. So what side of it you gonna be on? Get you some motherfucking business about yourself. Learn some new trades. Learn how to use your motherfucking hands. Don't fall in the trap of this motherfucking technology and then everything doing everything for you. You better keep your wits about yourself.
Man, it's for instance, right now, Dr. Log talked about this, and I'm trying to figure out how to get in. But they are taking, so they're going to always drill for oil, right? They're drilling for oil and natural gas. Now, when they pull oil up out of the ground, it creates a gas that has to be vented out. That's why you see flames whenever you drive by oil rigs. Now, what they're doing is creating crypto mining to take that energy that they usually have to just vent out and goes into the air, and they can somehow use that for crypto mining. I don't know how. Don't ask me how. But they can use this energy for crypto mining somehow and convert it. So that is one of these new economy things that is going to be key and huge, right? But it sounds like space stuff to me right now, and most folks. So,
well, that makes sense. That's a good way of using a waste or a byproduct to accomplish what needs to be accomplished. Because crypto mining takes a good bit of motherfucking electricity.
Right.
A good, like, that motherfucker can fuck a grid up. And that's what we need to be focused on. We need to be focused on redoing the grid, man. Bros go crazy on the look, man. Look, I ain't got shit on him with the crypto. He done got dang on but that's why he's the master teacher.
Yeah, no, look, he's so far advanced, but you'll be I'll be like I'll be listening to him and Googling things. Like, what does he mean by that? Wait, what's he talking about?
So you you're a part of Illuminati University. I need my water.
Yeah. Get that water, man.
Illuminati University, bro. Welcome.
Absolutely, man. Speaking of being thirsty, we bring it to the screen now. We're going to hit our main topic, and that is the Department of Education is being dismantled piece by piece. Clearly, that's the most important thing here that we're talking about. And what we have on the screen, ladies and gentlemen, is we have on the screen the very reason that we should not have a Department of Education. Women? No, women are good. We need them. I mean, for the most part, on both things. However, what I'm saying is this is about education and the department of such and the importance or lack thereof. Okay, so these women are a product of public schools. And here we go.
Who did the colonists fight in the Revolutionary War?
Oh, God.
In the Revolutionary War? It was, I don't know if this is right. I mean, it sounds so stupid. Was it the Spanish?
Wait, what are your majors?
Business? Biology.
Okay.
Elementary education.
Oh. What shape is the U.S. Pentagon building?
Isn't it just a square?
What shape is the U.S. Pentagon building?
How many U.S. senators are there?
6, 7. 6, 7. 2 for each state.
How many amendments are in the Bill of Rights?
There's a lot. I know 17.
Who won the Civil War?
Oh shoot, it's East or West, right?
Well, it's the Civil War, so it's the civilians versus whoever was in power.
How many justices are on the Supreme Court?
Justices. So like when you say that, like you mean like the FBI?
Who is on the $100 bill?
Oh, I know that.
Abraham Lincoln.
Oh.
Abraham Lincoln.
Come on, bro.
That's the First Amendment.
Pause. I'm sorry, I couldn't let my YNs go like that. Y'all niggas have upset the culture. Y'all have upset the motherfucking. I hope your daddy see that and whoop your ass.
How many justices are on the? You mean like
No?
the
I don't even know. I ain't worried about that. The bitch slept through class. She don't know. She have no fucking idea. But what president is on $100 bill? First of all, ain't no president on $100 bill.
Correct.
Second of all, nigga, everybody know that Benjamin motherfucker Franklin is on $100 bill. It's all about the Benjamins, baby. It's for the culture, nigga. We want big face Benjamins, baby. Little niggas. Look. All right, finish the rest of the video. I'm sorry. I had to get that out.
No, it's okay, man. I hear
They
you. Dog.
they upset, bro. They made every nigga in the world look bad by not saying Benjamin Franklin. That should have never happened to the only nigga I expect that to happen to, none, because every nigga should know that it's the big face Benjamins. I'm sorry, that's for the culture because we all want Benjamins. That's it. That's how that go. And rest in peace to them young niggas. Go ahead, bro.
You better kill me. I'ma be another rapper dead for popping off at the mouth with shit I shouldn't have said.
Who is on the $100 bill?
Oh, I know that.
Abraham Lincoln.
Oh.
Abraham Lincoln. Come on, bro.
That's the First Amendment. What's the second?
Right to vote.
Name 3 states that border Canada. We'll just do one per person.
Asia.
I did not get it.
He said, name us. He said Asia was a what? Wait, what? That doesn't even make sense, man. You know what I'm saying? Anyway, we'll keep rolling. Let's see here. We're gonna keep rolling on this one.
Canada had a border?
No, that was it. Okay.
Did you
Fair enough.
Did you hear what this?
I love that. That's great, man. See, okay,
Canada?
but then they're all mad we're getting rid of the Department of Education. You know what I mean? Like, come on, man. You know what I'm saying? So.
Canada has a border?
Name 3 states. Wait, there's a border? You know what I'm saying?
Name 3 states that borders Canada. Wait, Canada has a border? She literally said that.
For students in our country, we cannot be last.
I know. I know. Me in the building. Thank you so much. Hit that like button, y'all. We appreciate it. Please hit that like button, like, share, and subscribe. Oh,
3. Yeah. Get the fuck rid of the Department of Education because obviously you are failing at your job.
Yeah, you're not doing a good job. You know what I'm saying?
You're failing horribly.
We got a teacher in the chat that is angry about that. Holler back. Okay, no, we had the little fun with it. That was the spring break kids that were either in college or on their way to college. So let's go ahead and hit. This is Linda McMahon, the Secretary of Education. You know what I'm saying? I'd die. Doing it, and she's on CNN. This was today. This is just a quick 20-second clip, and this is her about, restructuring, however you want to say it, gutting whatever, the department. So here that is.
Our goal is to make sure that we are providing the best education for students in our country. We cannot be last in the world in education because we are impacting our national security. We are impacting those next, second, and third generations that are coming along. It is up to us and our responsibility to make sure we are giving them the best access to education. Our goal is to make sure that we are providing the best education for students in our country. We cannot be last in the world in education because we are impacting our national security.
Very important. I wanted to listen to it twice. I know, my bad. But yeah, no, it impacts national security. I agree.
I love Linda. You know what I'm saying? I love Linda. I wonder if that's truly Linda. I was looking at that IG. But given the doubt that it is, given the benefit of the doubt that it is, Linda. I love Linda. And I think that she definitely has the kids in mind. Because a lot of people don't understand, like, the Department of Education just isn't over public schools. It's over education, period. If you're educating kids in this country, they have a say-so. It's in the founding charter for the Department of Education.
It's true.
So you can throw that whole they don't care about public schooling. No, their kids are affected too. And they know that there's some bullshit going on within this. Y'all are overbloated. There's too much money being spent. This money can be sent to the parents. The parents are end all be all anyway when it comes to their kids' fucking education. So if they're putting in money and they have money into this system, they need to be spending their fucking money.
Well, and it's, we've said it before. It's like anything else, man. It's failing. If you keep throwing money into a car and it still won't run, you got to decide, to scrap that car. That car is not fixable. And the fact that she's like, this is actually going to free up more money for the things that everybody says they want, which is more teachers assistants, more Pell Grants, all of that stuff. So everything we actually want with less of what we don't. Why are they yelling? I got into it with I'm like, bro, you can't. There's no explanation on why this is a bad thing. Really, to me. Unless there is, and I'm missing. Have you heard an argument that's plausible? Like, you know me, I love crushing arguments. I love bringing up the argument that they have and then crushing it. But I don't understand an argument here other than it's racist. But it's the liberal, it's racist. You know what I mean? And at the end of the day, yeah, a lot of things are, but also at the end of the day, man, like, we got to worry about everybody. We got to worry about all the kids right now. And we can get into the specifics of the kids a little bit later on. But right now, are there billions of dollars going to pay $100,000+ salaries and expense accounts for people who've never stepped foot in a classroom, who are deciding what books your kids read? Is that happening, regardless of your kid's color or creed or race or anything? Yes. Do you want that to keep happening? Or would you like this state to control it so you can vote directly on it yourself? Show up at the meetings yourself. Inform the policy yourself. What do you want? And I'm not saying these other things aren't important, but dude, we gotta, we gotta eat the bear one bite at a time, in my opinion. So, you know what I mean?
Absolutely correct, man. Motherfuckers need to start showing up. I get tired of I've been to so many goddamn school board meetings and city council meetings, and more often than never, is it always fucking empty.
Yeah.
More often than ever. And it fucking sucks. to be, for my particular school board to be servicing all the children that they're servicing, to be the largest employer in the city, there's no reason for these kids to be so fucking dumb. And for the people of the community, parents, grandparents, business owners who having to employ these dumb motherfuckers, nobody is showing up and fucking wagging their finger and putting on boxing gloves, telling them they need to get their shit together. Those are responsibilities that we have shedded because of other things. Their minds are put on the other situations, and they're having to work all the time to pay for the bills. They stop going. They stop thinking about going. But we got the Band Zeus network and all this other bullshit, and get them into them goddamn on classroom, watch the budget. Man, go look at the budget that they got dang on spending in your goddamn on local school district, and look who getting the money. I guarantee you the bulk of the payroll is down at the administrative building. I bet $1 to a donut.
You
Why are
got
they going to the teachers?
You got admin assistants making more than teachers, at least in our state. We do not. I got a low cost of living state, and we love that. But good night, bro. It's nuts.
It's our state too. So that's 2 for 2 in one on one show.
Yeah.
I'm willing to bet we can pull up a random state in a random district and see the same thing. It's been a racket, and oh Lord, if your state has a damn teachers union, oh Lord.
Yep. Oh, and that's, or it gets worse. Like, one of the most conservative states in the union, but we have 2 teachers unions. You have the classic one that's kind of, the DC one and stuff. And then you have a more conservative one, but it's kind of independent and not really worth it. And then cool thing about here is that we have a lot of teachers that are like, screw it. I'm not going to be a part of my teacher. She's not a part of any union at all. And she could be a part of 2, and she'd rather take that hit and be like, no, thanks. You know what I mean? I'm here to educate the kids and not be beholden. And once again, we're in a red state. So, but yeah, man, the unions are pretty evil.
Mm-hmm.
So I think that's one of the big issues, is that taking away the Department of Education takes away a lot of the teachers union power. No one's talked about that. I've not heard anybody really talk about that. But because the teachers union is national, right? And when you restore the power back to the state, that has to become a whole different union, state run, state laws, state voted on. And you have, wow. Look at you putting 2 + 2 out there and me saying 4, 4, 4, 4. You know what I'm saying?
Thank you for raising your hand and yelling out the answer. Much appreciated. I'm glad someone in the house knows.
Yeah.
At least you're not using the Common Core math.
That's true. That was, in fact, what's funny is she told me today, she's like, bring up that. She's like, Pro had a post about that. She's like, I'm not for any of that. So yeah. She says the teachers' assistants make less than McDonald's employees, and that they have 3 parents in an entire over 36 children over 3 second grade classes. They have 3 parents who show up at the PTA meetings. 3. You know what I mean? So
been there, done that, man. I've spent time as a PTA president.
Oh wow!
And,
of course you have. I should have known.
Boy, it was crazy. Like, God. And this is the most critical one. These were the high schoolers.
Speaking of that, shout out to give me the name of this high school. They took state, the basketball team.
Oh,
Or they won their championship.
Savannah High School.
Savannah High, baby. You know what I'm saying? Give it up for Savannah High.
Boys, they turned up, man. Congratulations. I got a nice little basketball state title. You know, so I give it up to them because, you know, those kids, they play hard to get what they get, you know, and I'm appreciative of that. I love to see, you know what I'm saying, a plan come together. In lack of, you know, less funnier terms, I love it when a plan comes together. And the boys went up there, they went with their plan, they played hard, and they brought Savannah home a title. So shouts out to them. But there's a dark side of me because that was my high school rival. Beach High, Savannah High. There's no bigger hate. Matter of fact, even now with the old heads, boy, it's funny. I go for the juggler every time. But every now on Facebook, they'll have somebody from Savannah High will start a war because, you know, they can't be Beach. So anyway, they'll start something online and they'll just start trashing us for no reason. So, you know, we go at it, but it'd be all love. It'd be, you know, in fun and kind. So although it burns me to have to talk about Savannah High in such a great light at this moment, I'm glad that someone from Savannah represented and brought the title back to the city. So shouts out to them. But it's still Beach High all day, baby.
Fair enough. Man, right now we are killing it with the numbers. Guys, if you are watching, please make sure to like, share, and subscribe. We sure appreciate you. If this is your first time tuning in, this is Rumble on Rumble. We try to get together, show how it can be done. We ask the hard questions, but then we got one of the smartest men on the internet, Pro2Kall, right here to help us give the answers. And then you have the answers from, the the retarded street prophet. So, you know, we got it all. You know what I'm saying? So, we got it all here.
Speaking of retarded, have you seen videos of the girl, the Down syndrome face that has like
but it wasn't really a Down syndrome.
But it wasn't really a Down syndrome. Yeah. It's like, dang, boy. They got it because everybody was screaming they was down with the Downs. And come to find out.
That was one, but then there was one before that was legit. There was a chick that was legit. So
but was it legit though?
There's some like hot, you know what, man? Now you're gonna make me for fun, man. No, I was trying not to go over. See, no.
Yeah, man.
It's a whole thing, dude. Trust. I'm like,
my name is Jeff.
Shutterstock. It's like a whole thing. Wait.
Is that word okay now since Kanye said it on X this week? Earlier this week?
I don't know, man. I want to get down with this.
I don't know if I guess it's cool to say retarded now.
I might be going to hell, but bam, you know what I'm saying? I love the Christmas hats, man. You know what I'm saying? It's the Christmas hats. You know what I mean? I never thought Christmas could be so wonderful.
Anybody need a new co-host? Anybody? Anyone? I got one for sale. I got a co-host for sale. He's awesome. He's funny.
No, I was saying like you brought it up, man. I was rolling. You brought it up.
I didn't bring this up. This was not what I brought up. Nope.
No. So like this girl has a following, and there's a couple of other like Down syndrome girls that are out there right now that have a following. That you know what I mean? They're not bringing us their best right now. Her, yes, you know what I mean. She's that's your girl right there, dog. You know what I'm saying? That's your girl. You know what I mean?
Oh.
But you don't have to take my word for it.
I like how you're so like, I like the politics with you, dog. You're like, no. You're like, first you kill my hopes of really astronauts being rescued. Then on top of that, you bring up Downs things. I go with you, and you're like, nope. I'm like, you brought it up.
Oh, you won't look. I don't mind what I brought up. Okay, good one in the start of the trend. If anyone, right? My homie Sam Tripoli turned me on.
Yes. Yeah, no, he's the way. Yeah, the Downs are rising. That's his thing. That's how I figured it out. And then it's like he showed me because there's like a community. You know what I mean? So, oh yeah. Okay, we doing it. Oh, but you can do this. Oh, I'm the jerk for pulling up Shutterstock, but you can pull this one up. Are you?
That's why I said I thought I was introduced to it through this one. I never knew it was possible. I did not know that it was ever possible until I saw this. And then I saw the AI. So I was like, oh, it was
Yeah,
fake.
this was when I was saying real. This was the real one, right? And then there was a
I
different one. That was
I don't
AI.
know. I'm guessing it's I don't know. I feel like it may be fake now. I feel like it's fake.
I mean, it's clearly AI like. See that looks.
My name is Jeff.
My name is Jeff.
I find you very attractive. I'm very happy to be on Wumble. It's the best show. Thank you very much. We have fun. We have fun.
Man. That's the only way. That's the only route I'm going. Anything else is anything else is no sir. I can't. But now I don't even know. I don't even know if it's real. It's so hurtful.
Oh my gosh, dude, we got to cover I mean, not that people don't know about it, but Tesla.
Oh.
What I wanted to talk to you about, man, we've had a great show. We'll cover it quickly. Here's my question. I'll kind of wrap it with the hit, but and that's the reason I specifically chose this article to pull up because the thing about it is, do you think that we are in as people don't know, and if you don't, as people know, excuse me, and if you don't know, basically, Teslas are being destroyed, vandalized, blown up all over the country right now. And, I pulled this specific thing up here, although we don't really have time. It's just 3 minutes. So let's see here. So basically, yeah.
Them people done lost their fucking mind, boy.
Here's my question. So first of all, side note, it's very, very ignorant and stupid because like they got Teslas because they were pro healthy environment. You understand? There's nothing like a burning cobalt battery. There's nothing in the world that's worse for the environment. I mean, for the air the children around them breathe, right? So that's why we pulled up the I'm helping.
All of the families that live in those apartments and those houses and that they supposedly care about their breathing, right? They literally just fucked them all up because they hate this man so much. You literally got, bro, there are videos of people vomiting on them, scratching them, keying them up. These people have gone fucking crazy.
It's true.
And that's why I say I really feel like, they definitely want to go with some summer of love type shit. Like, and they're trying to kick this shit off as fast as they can. Like, there are big moves that are happening. Like, Trump literally just took the fucking clearances from Kamala, from Biden, from Hillary, from a whole lot of other motherfucking people.
Yeah.
They are losing their shit. And I really believe, I don't know. Again, this is just my optimism. Look, I'm sorry. I'm one to believe that was them niggas really did try to blow Trump muffin off. I'm not the one who believes that, oh, he faked that so he could win. Nah, them niggas tried to get him. I believe that's what that was. And I don't give a fuck who you is. You're not gonna let a motherfucker come that close to killing you, and you don't get no get back.
In fact, man, now that a little bit more is coming out, I would love it, man. Oh, see, this is like we've had 2 full hours, man. But you know I talking about this later. Thank you.
Oh yeah, yeah.
We gotta do a deep dive on Crooks, Thomas Matthew Crooks.
Yeah.
We gotta do a deep dive on that whole BS thing. And man, I heard the funniest thing. Shout out to Jimmy Fallon, comedian. He was like, you know how bad the Epstein files are? The Epstein files are so bad, they threw out the JFK files as a distraction. They literally threw those classifieds out because the Epstein files are so bad. We didn't even get to that.
See, look, and I mean, look, I mean, it's up to you. You want to keep a tight 2, that's cool. I don't really mind. We can go a few over to hit on it.
Okay, cool, man.
But
Yeah, just to at least touch on it, right?
yeah, like everybody, again, I've said this before, I'll say it again. What do we really want? Like, do we want these people to face some type of justice? Or do you just want to high five your friends? See, I knew it. I knew it. Nah, if these people, and I don't look, I have my feelings about Pam Bondi. I really do. But if they are really going to do something about it and snatch these people up, they got to get their cases together.
Yeah.
I'm wondering, like, now that they're in there and they're talking about the files, they're talking about the evidence and stuff, like, what did they take and what did they destroy that they know they had? Like, there was a lot of classified shit. Like, they not telling you the real shit that nigga Trump had, but that nigga Trump took some information for their asses on their asses. Because he knew about everything they did the 4 years he was in there, and he got his hands on that information. That's a lot of the shit. That's my personal belief. That's a lot of the shit that he took with him to Mar-a-Lago.
Right.
Could it be a setup that they went and they got that shit because they knew what was missing, and then they got rid of it, and now he back in there, and he like, whoa, there's a lot of shit that I had that's not here no more. Like, some things at play. This nigga, man, look, I'm sorry. I think this nigga finna go scorch earth. I just see it. I think he finna go scorch earth. I think some people who are like, that's why a lot of people are aligning with this motherfucker. That's why a lot of people are running
We don't
this.
want another.
Hmm?
I was gonna say we don't want another summer of love. That's something that legit scares any law-abiding family man who's working hard, knowing, oh, there could be crazy paid Antifa mobs burning houses down and shooting people in the streets. I don't want that.
They don't even have to pay them anymore. They've got people, like, they got a lot of crash outs.
Yeah.
On top of the ones that they're paying, there's a lot of crash outs who are committed to the cause. I don't give a
like
fuck
this
about
one.
these. They're mentally.
I
fucking
brought it up
retarded,
just because
man.
you said that, and I had that for later, just in case this is one of those side things for a little bit of comedy. But it's these people. It's these people. Just so you know, it's these people. Violent transsexuals arrested for terror attacks against Tesla. We're not dealing with serious people or decent functional people. So take heart there, at least. You know what I mean? So, but yeah, man.
Man, pew life, man. That's all I got to say. Pew fucking life, man. What I will say about Teslas, man, is Tesla's got them cameras, man. They damn sure got them cameras. Again, man, it's regular people at gas stations and grocery stores and fucking vandalizing cars. That's
Well, I
9
just think
times
Trump
out of
is like
10 is their type of voter. I don't look.
exactly.
Motherfuckers are just now, conservatives are just starting to get on the Tesla bandwagon. And there's not many of them that are like just bought a new car like that to turn the tide of who owns the Tesla versus who doesn't own the Tesla. All the liberals are the motherfuckers who own Teslas. They may got a couple of thousand, if that, I'm being very generous, conservatives who've purchased a Tesla in the last, year of him fucking with Trump. But it's all the fucking libs. So you are fucking up your fellow libtardian, which is fine by me because now your libtardian friend that you just fucked up just got a major red pill.
Yep.
And now they turned against you. They ready to peel your motherfucking muffin cap back blue. So I do believe they're going to try a Summer of Love thing. They got to get some kind of fighting going. They got to get some kind of disruption. That's why they're throwing everything at the wall to see what stick. Oh, he's segregation. He about to give me. It's going to be colored water fountains and colored windows again, y'all. Oh, Department of Education. Oh, my USAID. Oh, my food stamps and sodas.
I see that. Somebody made a hand gesture, Pro. Elon Musk waved his hand. Okay, we've got to. This is a big deal, man. You're right. You're right about that. I am concerned a little bit about the Summer of Love thing. And I think it's because they're going to do whatever they can. Because as we've talked about before, their money is drying up. The beast is not getting fed. To the point of, there might be no more Democratic Party. So, but I do think yeah, ooh, that would be lovely. We'll see. And did you know that Trump said that in a speech? He said this is terrorism. He even specifically said, if you look, all the signs are coming from one sign company, big, nice, expensive signs. Where's the money coming from for that? I think he thought.
Did you see their pivot? Did you see they tried to do a little pivot in that?
No, what they do?
When he said that, then they started there was like a big wave of them, like a lot of their rallies and their protests. There was a bunch of handwritten signs and handmade signs, and the news actually made notice of the handmade signs. So it's like, oh, so we hit with the, hey, those are perfect signs from the same sign company. Oh shit, oh shit, oh shit, oh shit. Go buy poster boards, get a poster board vendor. We're going to send them all. We're going to have sign days, and we're all going to go and we're going to make our signs that we're going to use. Like, nah, nigga, get out of here, bro. We see what you got going.
We see you. You ain't scaring us. We see you. And speaking of seeing us, man, tell us what you got coming up. Well, by the way, before we get into that real fast, everybody listening, we are going to be off next Sunday. Pro's going to get into why. They're excited for that. But we're going to be off next Sunday. It'll be our first Sunday off this year. Everybody needs a spring break. We got some other stuff to tend to.
Hey, man. Hold on. We talked about all that, but we ain't talk about our democratic socialists.
Oh, we forgot about them. Yes. It flew by. I was like, the first 30 minutes were a little slow. And then all of a sudden it was like, boom, boom, boom. Yes. And I got info on that. Yeah, man. Yeah. Let me pull that up.
Yeah,
I got a good.
We ain't finna let them two motherfuckers get away now.
No. Our favorites. Hold on real fast. Yeah. I was trying not to hold you. Yeah, man. While I do that, while we're talking about it, I will say, yes, we are off. There we go. There it is. Tony Segura.
I'm talking to when I say no, I'm talking to Shaka. No.
Oh, no. What you say? Electricity movement.
No, not that one. Yeah, no.
Fair enough.
Same OG.
Here we go. So you got Tony Segura here on X, right? And this is a thing. And let me just pull this up. We're going to start here. This is a Bernie Sanders tweet from yesterday where he says, 34,000 people in Denver, largest political rally there since 2008. First of all, I guess Trump hadn't been to Denver because he does way more numbers than that. And then that's what he says. Right now, Tony comes back and has some legit and interesting data here. GPS, here we go again. There were 20,189 devices. Still a large crowd, but not even close to the 30,000 quoted in Denver newspapers, nor the 34K quoted by Bernie Sanders and AOC. This is Bernie Sanders and AOC are on tour, guys. 84% of the devices present had attended 9 or more Kamala Harris rallies. See how this flows to what we were just talking about in the Summer of Love? Antifa, BLM, pro-Hamas, pro-Palestinian protests. 31% had attended over 20 of them. We'll pause right there. Just let Pro talk for a second, drop some knowledge on us. You know what I'm saying?
I'm just gonna say you gotta be a born ass nigga that goddamn gonna go through all them goddamn going phone records and shit to track them down to see what events they done went to. But I mean that's evident really when you look at the whole situation, like all the rallies and stuff. Kamala had buses, Harris buses, right? 2, 3, 4, 5 of them wrapped that would carry people. They'd rent Sprinter vans. They did all kind of shit, bro. This shit ain't new. This shit ain't new by a long shot. I'm glad that there's a technology that they can point and people can look and see, like, wait a minute, this shit is paid. Everybody should be able to realize that by now. But for the people in the back of the bus, hopefully this is a eye opener for them to move a little closer to the front of the bus. I don't like. First of all, I'm gonna go ahead and say this. Bernie Sanders will never become president of the United States. Southside Shaka, once again, told you, man, master teacher, boy, we learned a lot over there, Shaka you, man. I ain't lying. Bernie got a contract with the DNC. He's just a good old fundraiser boy. Because he's grumpy old grandpa that people take to and they donate to his ass. But he has a legit contract that he won't be president.
Yeah.
It's some old videos, man. Should be on Bro's page. But this is 2017, 2018 news.
It's true. You're absolutely correct.
That's when the Bernie Bros sued. You can go find the case, man. The Bernie Bros sued the DNC. And that's where it was stated, like, when everybody was like, oh, how could they choose Kamala and they didn't have a vote? Well, technically they can choose whoever the fuck they want to, despite what your votes are. And they've already went to court and it's been proven. So it is what it is. But y'all, as the protectors of democracy, should be the ones saying, hold on, bro, we're supposed to be able to vote. That's y'all that's supposed to be able to hold them accountable and make that shit happen. But you don't know anything about the organized party structure and access to ballots and all of that. So because you don't even know your state's constitution. So
yeah, Democrats, and I mean Republicans can too, but Democrats have been super delegates, which is you got so upset about them, but remember that was what you wanted. That's your party. And then past super delegates, Kamala. We literally lived through a time when they were like, yeah, our guy not stacking up so well. We're putting in the VP. What? Why? To the point of Karine Jean-Pierre was complaining and crying about it on CNN, talking about how it was a political firing squad against the Biden administration, where they basically walked in after the debate and was like, y'all are done. Sit down. You're done. Biden's still salty over it. But it was like, we don't care that she was literally the worst presidential candidate in the last race, couldn't make it through the primaries at all. This is who you got, Democrats. And they're still holding her down. I don't understand it. I don't understand that part. But just to hit this real fast, once again, everything ties back in. We were talking about this with USAID. Once again, this is based on a very sophisticated, you were saying you got to be nerdy, and you're right. This is based on a very sophisticated algorithm that looks at the behavioral metrics for each device, including the physical one-to-one proximity to leaders and paymasters from these groups in the past. So basically, the Disruption Project, Rise and Resist Project, Indivisible Project, Troublemakers Project, and the Democratic Socialists of America, Bernie's pet project, each receives money from Act Blue, and at least 3 of these via USAID. The Disruption Project's legal status is unclear, and they are likely operating illegally. However, Rise and Resist, the Indivisible Project, Troublemakers, and Democratic Socialists of America, they're all nonprofits or 501c4s, which means that they get money directly from the government to act and function.
It's pep rallies for their people, man. They're getting ready for that foe. You know what I mean? That summer of love. They about to drop that fofo. That bing, bam, boom, bam, bam. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
They telling us to squabble up.
I mean, one day I want to do a demographics conversation with you too, because I was just thinking about how, okay, so, and this is in Oklahoma City, right? So I'm sure this holds true for pretty much every major city in America, specifically the larger ones. But you have these cities that in the entire zip code, so, 8 to 10 mile radius area, maybe square miles, it's majority Asian, majority Black, majority Latino, right? And as you say, it's all about getting local. And I think, as you know, when you're doing political canvassing and stuff, you go by zip code. And that's also how schools are funded and all of this stuff. And I wanted to break down zip code demographics with you and what that means. And how that, to me, has to do some with integration and why they want, to integrate zip codes versus why people naturally segregate. I know that's too deep right now, and it's stuff that we need to get into. It's just questions I have, thoughts I have on it. Yeah, I know.
April.
Yeah, man.
That'll be an April slice and dice.
Absolutely.
Not.
Yeah, man, and Thomas Crooks as well, and stuff like that. And that's what's cool is Shaka has broke some of that down, and he will. So shout out to Shaka for tuning in. Everybody go follow Shaka the God on Twitter. He has some of the best live streams, man. He teaches me. I tell people all the time, man, I learn a lot of my history from him and a lot of my civics, of course, from Protocol. Thank you guys so much.
Absolutely, man. Glad to be a useful resource to people's everyday life.
What's important, man, because there is a coordinated campaign and effort to keep voices like yours silenced. We've witnessed it firsthand, man. You know what I mean?
Oh yeah, so. I witness it firsthand every motherfucking day. But I need the motherfuckers to know
I'm not fucking leaving.
No. Even if you are,
you better kill me. I'm gonna be another rapper dead for popping off at the mouth with shit I shouldn't have said.
Yeah, nah. I ain't got there and going. I ain't ready to go nowhere yet.
No,
so
man.
They gonna have to come hard. Go hard or go home.
Amen.
That's what Jesus say.
Well, okay, so go ahead and JR Bell says the DNC is stupid. Oh, and we got to send a shout out to my man, Alan Kim, in the building. You know what I mean? Thank you so much, Alan Kim, for dropping by as well. And JR Bell for dropping
That's
by.
our JR Bell, man. JR popped in on the show on Friday evening.
I saw that
as well.
Yeah.
So yeah, man, it was a good night, man.
He's badass.
Friday
All right.
was a good one.
All right. So tell him about your week. What you got coming up?
Well, of course, there's work, and there's more work. And then some playtime at work. Friday, I'm going to go hit up a plane. So y'all say some prayers out there for me. I got a 2-hour flight going up north, going to Jersey. It's the Grifties weekend, you know what I'm saying? And of course, for the second year in a row, shouts out to my partner, Fresh Mike, you know what I'm saying, for the nice little pass downfield, you know what I'm saying? I had to one hand, you know what I'm saying? So DJ for the Grifties, second year in a row, man, official DJ of Hotep Stand. Gonna be kicking it with Hotep Jesus, Uncle Hotep, my dog Kanye 2024. Kanye gonna be in the building. Also Cannon, my brother Cannon, linking up with the homie Reef, man. God dang, who else gonna be there? Hotep Feder Bradley's gonna be there. All the ladies of Hotep Stand gonna be in the building.
Shout out to Shane
Rudy,
Cashman.
my partner, Rudy the vet gonna be in the building, you know what I'm saying, with that good gas. You know, it's going down. And then we got the superstar homies coming through, like he just mentioned. Shane Cashman of the Inverted World podcast, right? Tales from the Inverted World. Yeah.
Correct.
I thought so. Who else gonna be in the building? Oh, bruh. Prime Time 99.
Stein, yes.
Mr. Pimp on a motherfucking blimp. Yo, Alex Stein gonna be in the building. Shit's going down, man. Sonny Johnson gonna be there. Shouts out to Sonny. You know, before I learned about Sonny through Shaka. Right. That's where I first heard of a Sonny Johnson.
Sonny Johnson, yeah.
So I think he's been on with her like once or twice, something like that. So yeah, I was like, all right. That's why I first learned out about the firebrand. That was her. Oh, let's see. But yeah, that's Saturday, man. Grifties on Saturday in Morristown, New Jersey. It's gonna be lit, you know what I'm saying? At the Tiff's Comedy Dojo. Be there or be square if you are in the vicinity. Friday though, before that on Saturday, on Friday, I'm going to NYC. And I ain't never been to NYC. So it's going down. I'm gonna go to Madison Square Garden, see the Knicks play. Probably won't see the Knicks play, but I'm gonna go see about MSG, see about Times Square. You know what I'm saying? Put my eyes on a few things while I'm in the building, and then take my ass back over to Jersey.
Hell yeah. Have some fun with it. Man, you better do me a favor. Tell Rudy he needs to, tune in, drop in the chat. I know he listens. So tell him to drop in the chat more often. We miss you. We love you. We mean it.
I definitely do. I definitely do that, man. He be so goddamn going in and out because he rather be on a boat. He like to be playing in water. He like to play with the fishes in the water. So
not that I can blame him at all for that.
Hey, bro, for real.
And guys, check out. I was able to do a really, really cool interview with Mersh from Revenge of the Sis and Nightwave Radio. I don't know if you guys are aware, Revenge of the Sis was one of the flagship instrumental builders of Rumble. And in addition to that, man, they have been doing it and they have been killing it for a long time. And it's just one of those kick-ass things. And guys, it's on the PT podcast. So it's just a talk. We talked for about 90 minutes. It was cool because I asked him for an hour and I was like, hey man, would you be willing to do, or 30 minutes? I was like, would you be willing to do 30 minutes? And he was like, man, I'll do an hour if you want. I thought that was really cool. Here it is there, as you can see with Nightwave Radio. And very cool. You can always find Nightwave and Revenge of the Sis on Rumble and YouTube. So anyway, that was wonderful, guys. Check that out. That was pretty kick-ass there. And in addition to that, man, we got a whole schedule coming up. I'm excited. We're going to start dropping clips tomorrow. So pay attention because Monday's going to be a clip day. Then Tuesday, we've got Power Slap Time. That's my show I'm doing on the other side. Of course, pros always welcome. Wednesday, we're going to be dropping a few more clips. Then Thursday, we've got the PT Pod Conversations. It's a show that's literally backed by popular demand. This Thursday will be, his name is Amir Nurmadeen, and he is a slap fight champion and wants to tell his story. So we got that. That's what that Mersh interview was. We got a few people lined up for that. And then, of course, Friday is always Friday Night Flight. Saturday, we're going to be doing a really cool thing. And let us know in the chat. Let us know in the comments. I want to do it. I'd like to do late morning into early afternoon. But we're going to be doing a Friday Night Flights and last week's Rumble on Rumble replay on Saturday. So if you missed it on Sunday, Saturdays as you're out doing your thing, you can pop it in. You can listen to us. You get that content. And then, of course, Sunday, Rumble on Rumble, the flagship show for the big boat. And yeah, guys, so stay tuned. Check us out Tuesday and stay tuned to all the socials for clips. And then Pro's going to be doing some bomb ass Instagram, Twitter sharing. I already know. So make sure that you stay tuned to his socials for that.
Oh yeah, it's definitely going down because we up north, baby. So I got to hop on the social. So stay tuned. Insta, Facebook, X, maybe on Truth. Who knows? Gonna be somewhere everywhere. So y'all be tuned in. No show Sunday. We'll take a week off. And
we are taking a spring breaker.
And Friday.
And be careful because I am coming with fire when we come back 2 weeks from tonight, y'all. When we come back, we are coming back with fire. Our schedule is going to be full run. We're going to be coming back with some fire. And there's some people that need to be careful. There's some people that, you know what I mean? If you got issues, you might want to drop an apology in the inbox now. Otherwise, you're going to get exposed because that's what we do. You know what I mean?
I'm going to be another rapper dead for popping off at the mouth with shit I shouldn't have said.
That's what we do. Pro's got some folks on his list. We coming back, baby. We ain't scared. You know what I mean?
Lord have mercy.
We doing it. So stay tuned, y'all. We just getting started.
Lord have mercy. Y'all better get lows, Dems. Dems better get low.
You know why? Because why? Give me that DJ drop, dog. They need to be careful because
Dems better get low. That's all I got to say. You better hold on to your beanie because
I'm on your bumper.
Yeah! Guys, this has been Rumble on Rumble number 64. Thank you so much for tuning in, Pro. Anything you want to leave the folks with?
Hey, man, be safe. Have fun and whatever it is that you do this week, man. Learn something new. Kiss on your babies. Keep your guns tucked tight. Love on your women or your men. For all the ladies that's tuning in. And yeah, man, that's about it, bro.
Absolutely.
I'll see y'all on the other side.
Like I said, we're taking next week off. We will be doing a replay of one of our favorite episodes, but we're going to have content running daily. So thank you guys so much for tuning in. Make sure you stay tuned in. Have a good night.
Shouts out to the fam. Appreciate y'all.
Shouts out to everyone in the chat. Absolutely. You guys rock. Remember, there's no show without you. Good night.
Oh, boy.